What's up, everybody? Biggs here, and once again, I'm unhinged. I got something to kind of share with you guys. I fucked up. I fucked up real bad. Last night, I began my 2025 journey in best ball, and the first draft I did. Um, Guess who only took one tight end? Yeah, this motherfucker. It was a mistake. It won't happen again. I'm in a best ball mania slow draft, and things are going good. I took Ashton Genty with the 103 because I don't give a fuck. So yeah, so that's how my days have been going. I'm unhinged. All right, so Scott Fishbowl 15 is coming up. It's about a week and a half away. My live draft in Sacramento that I'm hosting is popping off on June 21st, so that's a week from this coming Saturday. So tonight, what I want to do is do a fishbowl mock. Any of you guys who are in the Scott Fishbowl, you can come on along. Go to my Twitter account at BigBonedFFB. I have posted the sleeper draft board. You can get in on your slot if it's open for you, or if you just want to participate and watch what happens in the other slots, or how somebody else drafts your slot. You can go ahead and do that too. I am in the 110. Kind of Scott was teasing us a little bit over the last couple weeks. He was talking about no third round reversal. Um, a lot of us that had already been locked in for live drafts specifically took our spots because of that third round reversal, including this guy. So part of my fishbowl journey over the last couple years has been I was supposed to be in the Ben and Jerry's slow draft division because all of the NorCal and San Francisco divisions were full in 2023, Scott Fishbowl 13. And so essentially what happened was shout out to Rhino, fellow undroppables. His brother was in one of the divisions and had to go to Hawaii for a wedding. So all of a sudden, I kept checking every day, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a live opening. So I hopped in it, wound up going to draft live, and that began this whole content creator kind of like path that I've been on for the last couple of years. So I was doing all my mock drafting from the 11 because of the third round reversal. And then for Scott Fishbowl 14, I signed up for a division, and I was drafting out of the drafting out of the 10 spot, and my division got contracted, and I got automatically put in at the 6. So I had a whole nother draft strategy that I had to work around. So what's nice is to be able to watch how other people do it. Especially, it gives you some context. Before we get to that, though, we got some shout out from Jamie. I liked and subscribed. Good for you, Jamie. Matter of fact, if you like Jamie Pirog and you want to discuss anything with him in the comments, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the bell down below. If you don't like Jamie, if you hate his stupid face and want to punch him in his mouth, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the bell down below. So I'm going to let's while we wait for this draft to fill up, go ahead and talk about some best ball. So yeah. So like I said, I began my 2025 best ball journey last night. Okay, let me rephrase that. I began my underdog best ball season last night. I've been drafting on Fast Draft since February, but for as far as underdog is concerned, it was like that started last night. So the first draft I did was, where'd that go? First draft I did was for why? Okay, there we go. Drafts results. There it is. Okay, it was a weekly winners draft which the prize pool for the end of the season isn't as much, but you can win each week. So high score each week wins a bag, and then at the end of the season, overall winner wins a bag. I kind of like that format because it rewards you for good decisions in the season, even if you don't ultimately come through at the end. So going ahead and looking through my draft, it was it was pretty straightforward. I came out with 3 quarterbacks: JJ McCarthy, Justin Herbert, and Michael Penix. All 3 of them, well, Herbert and Penix, I got past ADP. JJ McCarthy, because of the tier and where we were in the rounds, I was drafting from a position 2, so it was going to be a good chunk of picks before I got to pick again. So I went ahead and picked JJ McCarthy. I love his rushing upside and I love his arm. I love him. I love that he was in a Kevin O'Connell offense. He's got weapons around him. Kevin O'Connell is a beast, and of course, we watched what happened once Kirk Cousins left Minnesota. He fell off the damn cliff. So I'm all in on JJ McCarthy. With the 102, I picked Bijan Robinson, and then supplemented at running back with Kamara, Kenneth Walker, Will Shipley, and Kendre Miller. I think Will Shipley and Kendre Miller are both in very good positions as handcuffs. I really like whoever's behind Alvin Kamara, because if Kamara gets hurt, he's an old man. I've got his backup. And then Will Shipley, if anything happens to Saquon, who had an extraordinary amount of touches last year, then as you saw on my show last week, he is a high priority handcuff for me. And then Kenneth Walker, I got at ADP. Alvin Kamara, I got at ADP, and Bijan Robinson at ADP. For my wide receiver room, Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, and Chris Olave start. They started it off for me. I really like them at their value. They're very good wide receiver ones. I got Calvin Ridley 9 picks below ADP. Olave and Terry McLaurin right there at ADP. 15 picks past ADP, I got Jacoby Myers. I'm not as high on Jacoby Myers. I don't think he hits the 1,000 yards this year, but he's going to have some good hookup games with Geno Smith. Darnell Mooney, I grabbed Rashid Shaheed past ADP. Alec Pierce, who's spike master, past ADP. Jalen Noel, I reached up for. I think he's going to be a big part of that Texans offense, especially with Tank Dell out. And then Dante Thornton is going to be an absolute spike week beast. 4.3 speed, 6'5" on the outside. He's been running with the ones in camp, and I've been acquiring him everywhere. The big knock on him is that at Tennessee, he was running 9 routes and comebacks, 40% comebacks. But if you go back and before his Tennessee transfer and you watch his Oregon tape, dude had moves all over the field. He was running all kinds of routes at Oregon. So we know that he's very capable, and he's gonna outplay his 4th round draft capital in Las Vegas. Something about Kendre Miller rubs Jamie the wrong way. All right. And then to finish it off, I grabbed Trey McBride, and I meant to take another tight end, but I was at work and distracted and kind of lost myself. So don't do that. So if there's anything that you take away from this show tonight, draft at least 2 tight ends in best ball, because there's going to be a week where I don't get any tight end points, and that's going to suck. And then I'm in Best Ball Mania. I'm in an 8-hour. I'm on an 8-hour clock. I had the 103. I really considered Bijan. I went with Genty. I think Genty has an absolute monster rookie season. And it's not the Raiders homer in me. It's not. The dude is legit, and I can't wait for him to. I mean, I'm glad he's on my team, but I think he's going to be one of those generational guys. His contact balance, his receiving skills that were very evident in 2023. How he sets up his runs. He's got incredible vision. He really knows how to play with his pace and keep guys off guard. He's a bowling ball. There's a running back or a linebacker from Oregon. I forgot his name. I think it's Bassa, and linebacker, safety, whatever. And Boise State was playing Oregon. Bassa was like just John at Ashton Genty all game. Like he tackled him and then stood over him, like flapping his lips. And and there was one play where Genty comes up the middle and Bassa like got set for him, and Genty just absolutely obliterated him and knocks him back. And then Bassa gets up and starts John again. Like, bro, come on, you just got completely owned. You're unhinged. Anyway, so this best ball mania goes Chase, Jefferson. I took Genty, then Barkley, Robinson, Lamb, Gibbs, McCaffrey goes at the 108. That's pretty bold. I would say that's about as bold as me taking Genty at the 103. Then Derrick Henry, we're on the pick number 10 and just waiting for that. So we do have some spots open. This is not good. I don't like this because number one, it creates dead air. And see right there, dead air. I found it. Nope. Dang it. Yeah, so that's not fun. So also it was what I intended to do for the show, and it's just not happening. So um I'd like to get it filled up. Again, if you want to draft, go to my Twitter at bigboned ffb bigboned ffb and hit the link on the sleeper. Hit the sleeper link and hop on in here. Let's get this going. Send out an invite again. See if we can get this filled. One more. All right. Anything else I can talk about? I can sure talk about OTAs and some of the stuff that's going out on Twitter at the moment. We have lots of stuff from the 32 beat writers. Now, 32 beat writers is a really good account to follow. They absolutely smash when it comes to amalgamating an amalgamation of all of what the beat writers are reporting out there in the OTA space. And Jamie says, I wouldn't be surprised if Genty ended as RB1 overall. That's kind of what I'm saying. And he better, because that's where I drafted him. So I wouldn't be surprised either. He just like there's too much upside there. So 20 thoughts on the Patriots after mandatory minicamp. Let's dive into that a little bit because I'm really high on the Patriots. I love Drake May this year. I think Kyle Williams is going to be a smash. Lan Larison, my guy, is there. I've kind of waffled on Stephon Diggs, but I think that he has potential to be a very, very valuable pick in your drafts. And then Hunter Henry. I love Hunter Henry. So offensive line, which is important. Stephon Diggs, ACL rehab, and Jalen Polk seem to be on the same program this spring. The two repped with the offense through the jog-through periods, but worked off to the side during team drills. Diggs looks explosive and was cutting at full speed, while the star wideout's goal is to be ready for week one. Mac Hollins was present but didn't participate in practice throughout the spring, which is not, I mean, that's not really going to affect you in fantasy very much. Demario Douglas in for a featured role. Looked at homework in the slot. Quickness inside to feast on matchups. So that's good. So Demario Douglas, I'm going to like write him down. I'm going to jot him down as a sleeper for some of my upcoming shows. Kyle Williams had a catch of minicamp, streaking through the middle. I mean, they're just like, and Efton Chisholm. Like, you guys, I really like the Patriots, and it's hard for me. My son, when I was down in Phoenix, said, "Isn't it weird that we live in a world where you now hate Aaron Rodgers and love Tom Brady?" And I, I mean, as a Raider fan, I lit a candle of hate for Tom Brady for a real long time. And as a Cal fan and coming from Northern California and being like in the same area as Aaron Rodgers for as long as I was, and my love of Cal, I was a huge Aaron Rodgers fan for a long time. Now that those two things have reversed, and I'm fully out on Aaron Rodgers because he's a dickhead, and I love Tom Brady because he's fixing my team. But Efton Chisholm, there, he put a move on somebody in practice, and granted, it was a coach. He was just like running a real quick China route. But the space that he opened up when he made his cut was just unreal. And he's an FCS guy. He and Land Larison were rivals. He was at Eastern Washington, home of the red playing surface. That's where Cooper Kupp came from. So if you're trying to bank on an FCS wide receiver, Efton Chisholm is pretty damn good. And then Hunter Henry, midseason form, one-handed catch, working across the field against Jabril Peppers. He's the team's top tight end, and he had a bunch of targets last year, and it's wheels up for Drake May. So I really, really like that Patriots team. If you like the Patriots, like and subscribe. All right. One of those guys that changed the way you play football. 50-50 balls are not quite 50-50. Thanks, Justin Herbert. Speaking about Mike Williams, if you're thinking about drafting Mike Williams in your fantasy league, don't. He's there to teach Trey Harris what to do. And he was no help to Quentin Johnston. So that's all right. Observations from Jets minicamp. Justin Fields has a rocket arm and is capable of some impressive precision passes. And Garrett Wilson might get targeted 200 times in this offense this year. Garrett Wilson has been a priority draft target of mine. A lot of people are down on Fields, as I am. When your EPA, according to Football Outsiders, when he was in Chicago, was just above Zach Wilson, you're not doing it as an NFL quarterback throwing the ball. But we've seen what Justin Fields can do in fantasy, and with his rushing upside, he's absolutely capable of bringing top 10 fantasy performance. Then you take the fact that he's now been in the league for 5 years, and maybe we could see some improvement if he's a full-time starter. We could see some improvement in his efficiency. So we know he has a rushing upside. We know he's going to be a full-time starter. We know the Jets are invested in him more at the quarterback position than anybody else. So let's just run with it. Then all right, that was fucked up. God damn it. Why? Why? All right. I'm gonna change the name on this. Because it's no longer Scott Fishbowl. That was fucked up. Anyway, I'm gonna finish what I was saying about Garrett Wilson, and so this will just be seamless. I'll repost I'll edit it out, repost it. If you have anything that you want me to talk about and stay on, go ahead and put in the chat, and I'll stay on. In fact, I'm going to pour myself. It wouldn't be Summer of Fish without some weird thing in my glass that I don't know what it is. But it wouldn't be Summer of Fish without a little nipper of something. So this is Wilderness Trail. It's a single barrel rye, comes in at 110, 55%, and it is phenomenal. It makes me think of a custardy dessert. It's unlike any rye that I've ever had before. And I just picked it up at work. If you don't already know, I work in a liquor store. And I've been coming up with some pretty phenomenal bottles. If you want to share some of my picks, Meet me in Canton at the Fantasy Football Expo. DM me on Twitter at BigBonedFFB, and we'll get together and crack open a bottle. But this stuff is absolutely delicious. It's got a very soft nose, kind of fruity. It smells kind of like when you have mixed fruit jelly candy. There's no heat. 110 proof, and there's almost no heat. It's ridiculous. And then this like kind of creamy, a little bit of fruit and spice kind of like on the back end, but it's fantastic. Wilderness Trail, single barrel, not a sponsor, but hey guys at Wilderness Trail, reach out. All right, so back to Garrett Wilson. Justin Fields could take a step up. Even if he doesn't, he's going to be fine in fantasy. He's likely going to finish in the top 10 and absolutely like blow away his ADP. So target Justin Fields later, you guys, later in drafts. The Jets may suck. They may suck dog balls, but and by that I mean tennis balls that have previously been in a dog's mouth. They may suck, but we know Justin Fields is upside, and he could take a step forward. Even if he doesn't, he's still going to finish top 10. On top of that, he did support a huge season from DJ Moore. So he does have the ability to support a wide receiver one in fantasy. And we know that Garrett Wilson is better than DJ Moore. So the fact that Garrett Wilson has slid so far at his in terms of ADP is ridiculous. So I've been targeting him absolutely everywhere. So with that, let's about this. I'm such an idiot. That was an overlay, not the video. Get it together, me. All right. My biggest bold prediction that likely won't happen. Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Mason Taylor all finish in the top 12 at their positions in fantasy in 2025. There, I said it. That's my biggest flag plant of the season. I'm calling it now. It's going to happen, you guys. Once again, Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Mason Taylor are all going to finish in the top 12 at their positions in 2025. Excuse me, Jamie? Excuse me? Tell me one of those guys who's being drafted within the top 12 besides Breece Hall. I'll wait. Where's Justin Fields going? Where is Garrett Wilson going? And Mason Taylor is absolutely outside of the top 12. I'm telling you right now. Are the Jets going to go 2-15? Yeah, very well could. Oh, Fields is in your top 10. Exactly. That's because you're a sharp, Jamie. Wilson is top 12? Okay. Breece is top 2. Okay. I stand corrected. All right. That's what you get when you watch this show. You get heat, baby. Thank you for keeping me on my toes, Jamie. I'm a little bit out of sorts right now. That system crash really had me just going sideways. But I love the Mason Taylor take though. Yeah. Okay, so it's still a flag plant that all four of them do it. Maybe it's not. So I have been under the impression that Brees Hall was getting super faded, and I thought that Garrett Wilson was like right around wide receiver 14 or 15. But according to Jamie, I'm totally wrong on that. And you know what? I'm never one to shy away from admitting when I'm wrong. So yeah, you guys go to scottfishbowl.com, click on the little lines button, and go down to merch, or just go straight to fantasycares.org and go get some Scott Fish merch. As you can see, I'm wearing the Scott Fish Bowl 15 ESPN style hat, and you can get that if you like it. All proceeds go to Toys for Tots on the national level. And I'm not fact checking you, Jamie. I'm just fact checking myself. So Justin Fields on Fantasy Pros ADP is quarterback 15. Jamie, Justin Fields is quarterback 15. Brees Hall is RB 13. Oh, Jamie, you stepped in it. And Garrett Wilson is wide receiver 16. Mason Taylor is tight end 25. Jamie, what's up now? I need a fast draft hat. Yeah, that would be nice. I have a fast draft shirt. I don't have a fast draft hat. Fantasy Pro sucks. You need to take the scrubs who haven't updated their ranks since April. All right, so let's do a different one. I'm in it for the long haul now, Jamie. You got me in it. All right, Superflex. According to Keep Trade Cut. All right, here's a quick one. Keep Trade Cut. Zay Flowers 2027 first. RJ Harvey. I'm keeping the 27 late first. I'm trading RJ Harvey and I'm cutting Zay Flowers. I just think it's going to be a big year for Rashad Bateman. All right, according to Keep Trade Cut, we got, and this is no tight end premium, Superflex on. Justin Fields is ADP 86. And quarterback 24. So he's even lower than Fantasy Pros. So again, Jamie, what now? Garrett Wilson, according to Keep Trade Cut, is ADP 33, wide receiver 13. Brees Hall is RB10. Okay, so Brees Hall at RB10, you got that. Okay, and then Mason Taylor is tight end 14, which is better than Fantasy Pros. Okay, so Keep Trade Cut. Other than I was right. Other than the Brees Hall call, so I will amend my flag plant. Justin Fields, Brees Hall, and Garrett Wilson and Mason Taylor will all finish in the top 12 at their positions, and Brees Hall will be in the top 5. And that is a prediction that's not likely to happen. Or probably won't happen. You think, since I'm the one that came up with the title of the segment, I'd remember how the fuck to say it. Do you guys like drafting? You want to draft faster? Draft faster with Fast Draft.
Rookie. It's all about rookie talk in fantasy football right now. So why not go use all that knowledge to do something other than a mock draft? Chris Jimino won $8,000 with just 2 teams last year, and each draft took 5 minutes. That's pretty good ROI. You can start doing rookie drafts for money today on Fast Draft. The Origins tournament is live. It is the place to go and monetize your knowledge of rookies and use your favorite player profiler host promo code for a $25 deposit match. Now let's go start drafting faster.
All right. Use code BOOTH, BOOTH, and you'll actually get a $50 deposit match. BOOTH, like a telephone booth, a photo booth, a kissing booth. That's my last name. A booth at the expo. That's my last name. Use that as a promo code. Drop $50. They'll give you $50. That's 5 free $10 games. That's 10 free $5 games. And you can really dip your feet in those Fast Draft waters. Okay, player profiler is Garrett Wilson at 13 and Hall at 12 with Fields top 10. So that Wilson take is bold if he outproduces by 1 spot. But you know that when I say top 12, I don't mean 12. You know this, man. All right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta do some editing on this video. I gotta cut out that that system crash and all that stuff. Go play Fast Draft at fastdraft.app. Go buy your Scott Fishbowl merch at fantasycares.org. Oh yeah, and if you're a Sacramento Kings fan, they got the Kings logo. All of their stuff is off the fucking chain. I love the logos. Bob Gilchrist is an absolute monster with the graphic design, and all their stuff is cool. Even if you don't have a live draft to go to, just wear your shit around. On my way to the expo last year, I was wearing a Scott Fishbowl 14 shirt, got recognized at the airport. That was pretty cool. I was at work a few months ago. Guy came in. I was wearing my Scott Fishbowl live draft from 2014 shirt, and he was like, "Oh my God, you playing the Scott Fishbowl?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I signed him up, and he can't make the live draft, unfortunately. And it turns out that I knew his older brother like 30 years ago. So that was pretty cool. And that's what Scott Fishbowl is all about, is bringing the community together. It's about building community, and at the same time having fun because we're playing fantasy football, and also giving back. So Scott Fishbowl like nationally helps Toys for Tots. There's a big toy drive at the end of the year. All the money, like the proceeds from the merchandise and all that stuff, that all goes to buying toys for Tots, for Toys for Tots. Guys get to go like run to the toy store with a huge bag of money and go purchase a bunch of toys. It's super, super fun. And then on top of that, each individual live draft gets to pick a local charity. I chose Waking the Village, which is in Sacramento. It's a local charity for helping unhoused children. A lot of time it's teenagers. They need a place to go after school to like do homework. A lot of times they need mental health services. They need medical services. They need counseling. There's a lot of LGBT youth that have to deal with a whole bunch of shit, and they're on the street. So it helps the community. So all the proceeds from our Sacramento live draft are going to Waking the Village, and that's going to come through the auctions. People are donating stuff, and there's a raffle. People have to buy raffle tickets that will be during the live draft. All that stuff goes to help local charities, and then on the national level, fantasycares.org donates to Toys for Tots. So if you can't play Scott Fishbowl, make a donation. And if you are in the fantasycares.org, if you're in their ledger as having given, there's a higher chance of you being picked to be invited into the tournament. It's not an outright like give and you'll get in, but they have a record of everybody that applies, everybody that plays, how long they've played, and Fantasy Cares tracks who donates. So that might be a way for you to, find yourself in the door. It's such a great event. So go to scottfishbowl.com, at least fill out a request if you haven't already. And if you're playing, here we go. I'm donating all my winnings this season to Anthony Servino family, RIP. Yes. Tragedy in the fantasy community. If any of you knew Anthony Servino, he sadly passed away last week. And, as you can probably imagine, his family is reeling from it. It's especially like as young as a lot of us are. It's an unexpected thing, and you can't prepare for it. And that's sad. There's likely so there are a bunch of tournaments like that are out there. There's the Scott Fish Bowl, there's the Rainbow Bowl that I play in, there's the Warrior Bowl, there's the Battle of the Sexes, just a whole bunch of stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff like that, and a lot of it goes to charity. I'm in another charity league, another couple charity leagues. There's Polly's Playoff that goes to Alzheimer's research. So I want to start my own, and next year I'm going to do that. I had planned on doing it this year, but the amount of content work that I've been doing, the amount of work, like the amount of time that's taken from me to go to my job, and then on top of that, organizing and doing the NorCal Scott Fish Bowl event, it kind of, there were a couple things that I wanted to do this year: go to the combine and start my own tournament. Those things kind of got put aside to next year. Next year, I'll be able to coordinate doing all the things that I want to do, because I'll be able to add those two things to the things I've been able to do, if you understand what I'm saying. But I want to call it the Dog Bowl. And there's a charity out there that I want to benefit, and it basically sends veterinarians around, mobile vets that go out and they help. If you're driving through a community that is largely unhoused people, a lot of them have pets. Most of them are dogs. Some of them have cats, but most of them are dogs. And it provides mobile veterinary care to those animals. And I just think that's a fantastic idea. So I want to do what I can. Maybe it's only 2 divisions. That's fine. But I want to do what I can to go ahead and give to that. So I'm gonna do that next year. There's so many. But bottom line, go play Scott Fish Bowl if you can. Donate if you can't get in. Yeah, I will see you next week. My girlfriend is going to Scotland on Tuesday. I've been having fun saying my girlfriend gets to go to Scotland. I get to go to Canton, Ohio. So yeah, my girlfriend's going to Scotland next week on Tuesday. So Wednesday, I won't have anything to do, and I'll just focus on the show and all of that stuff. Our Wi-Fi won't be being used by anybody but me. It'll be more of a seamless show. And watch for more Scott Fish Bowl content. If I do, I'm going to be doing Summer of Fish mock drafts throughout the summer. It's something that I started doing last year. I'm going to do it on the Undroppables, and I'm also going to be doing it on Fantasy Sports Advice Network. So watch out for that. If you can, on Sleeper, go type in the search Club Fantasy FFL mock group, and also Mocking After Dark. Both of those. Get involved in those communities, because people are constant and going for 2 on Discord. It's a big community. They're launching mock drafts all the time, and it just, mock drafting is so fun, because you can take chances, you can do wild things, and it's not going to, you can take Ashton Genty at the 103 and it's not going to come back to hurt you. You can draft just one tight end and it's not going to hurt you. Going for 2 is where I'm from. I'm from Manhattan and I'm not a bum. Cool. Yeah, I'm shouting out going for 2. I'm in the Discord. But yeah, if your name's not Jamie, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. I'll see you next week. And I promise I'm going to put together a better, seamless show next week. That's the thing about this stuff. You have to get your reps in. 10,000 hours, baby. This show is only going to get better. If you like this show already, fucking buckle your seatbelt. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's only going to get better from here. This is the best of the worst, if you know what I'm saying. Every week is just going to be better than the last, 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 better than the last.